music for Egypt. Nile FM.
Burning Up by Leanne right here on the evening show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We did a little bit of a pre-introduction to this gentleman sitting across from me right now. But now that he's in the studio, I think we need to do another introduction. Tonight on the evening show,
we have John Jeffcoat. El Khawaga, John.
El Khawaga, John.
How are you, John?
Doing well. Lovely to be here with you guys. Super excited.
Same
Very
here.
honored.
Same here, honestly. And I was actually telling Hisham that I met you once upon a time, like a few years ago.
Way
in my
back in the
idea.
day, when I was doing my first acting workshop, and my Arabic was a lot more broken than it is now.
Oh, wow.
It's perfect now.
It's a work in progress.
So you remember the meeting?
Of course
Yes.
he does.
Okay.
No
That was
one forgets
crazy.
my
Like,
face.
Oh, I just wanted... Okay, never mind. It's just
A ton of actors hanging out by a car at 2 a.m. eating pizza.
Yeah.
For me, that was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Nice.
I will
Yeah.
not forget that.
Nice.
We were spotting. That's
Yeah.
what it's called.
Yeah,
What's it called?
Spotting.
spotting.
Spotting?
Spotting. Like, you know, but they say it like with the Egyptian accent.
Spot.
Hanespot.
Hanespot.
We will spot, you know, like
I'm in
something
the
like
spot.
that. Yes, yes.
Very nice. Well,
So-
we spotted.
Yeah.
We spotted.
Exactly. But John, seriously, man, I've been running across your social media content for a few years now, and I'm noticing that something very, very wholesome about your love for Egypt. Tell us, like, why did you decide to move to Egypt in the first place? Where did that all start? Your need to start learning the Arabic language, all of that stuff.
That is a deep question. So I'm half American, half Venezuelan, but I did college in the U.S. in my dad's home state of South Carolina.
Okay.
And as part of my undergrad, I had to do a study abroad. I studied French and business.
All right.
And I just studied at French University, but unlike the other students from the university, I decided to go to Abu Dhabi. Sorbonne has a campus there.
Okay.
Study French. Most of the other students were Arabs. And, Westerners is kind of like stereotypes about the Middle East. Some of them not so good, but being there surrounded by Arabs from all different countries, I had like an amazing time there. Broke down some of the stereotypes I had. Was received with like super welcoming arms. I don't know how to
lot of
translate this into
food.
English, but they say العرب أهل الكرم والضيافة.
Yeah.
So like
Very hospitable.
Like
Very.
the amount of hospitality
Yeah.
I received was mind blowing. Like I felt at home, and there were many Egyptians at the university. So I was like, I have to learn the language. I want to understand this culture better. So I studied a little bit of Fusha Arabic. I was kind of frustrated because everyone made fun of me. They were like, no one speaks like this. So my teacher at the time, she was Egyptian, and she was like, if you want to speak to people, you have to learn Egyptian. I was like, what about, Palestinian or Syrian? I'd like to work with refugees. She was like,
Yeah.
everyone understands Egyptian because
Everyone
of...
does.
Yes.
Yes.
So I
Goes back
listened
to
to
the
her.
history of film as well, because Egypt
Exactly.
was massive,
Hollywood of the Middle East.
Exactly.
And then you got singers like Amr Diab that everyone listens to. So
Exactly.
everyone's familiar with the dialect.
Yes.
Listened to her, came for a few months, and had an amazing time. Like, العرب أهل الكرم بس المصريين, like Egyptians are on a whole nother level.
Okay, okay.
Like, the amount of times I've been invited by people I literally don't know that have seen me on the street and invited me, it's crazy. So
Specifically, speaking about Egyptians, you've traveled pretty much all over Egypt to shoot
Still
some of
am.
your content, and you still are. But what is the one place that completely shocked you with how beautiful it was, landscape and other things?
Okay, so recently, landscape-wise, I'm going to tell you Lake Borolus, which is in the north part of Egypt. I went with a small tour group that organizes tours there. Beautiful scenery on the lake, not a very touristy place. And then culture-wise, I was just at the Mulid of
Okay.
the Sayyid
Oh my
al-Badawi
God,
in
amazing.
Tanta.
You went to Mulid.
You know, I've always wanted to go.
I told you
The
this guy's
biggest
more
I haven't
Egyptian.
been.
in Egypt.
This guy's more Egyptian than you.
Yeah.
3 million
Maybe.
people from different governorates in Egypt come.
Oh wow.
And it's so he's a Sufi saint from hundreds of years ago, but people come, Sufis have their own traditions, like
Yes.
kind of spinning around
Yeah.
and chanting or whatever it is
The
they do.
Darwishes.
And then like all of Tonto comes out too, because it's kind of like an amusement park beside, a religious festivity. So
Yes.
it's like crazy mix of culture with religion, with just partying, with all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff. Super cool.
Amazing,
Wow.
amazing. Well,
Sensory overload.
Looks like we're gonna have a lot to talk
I
about.
cannot wait to hear all about this, John, and the rest of the questions we're going to be asking you this evening. So we'd love for you also listening to get in touch. If you have any questions to go out to John, then please do get in touch. 01559551042. And in the meantime, we'll be going back to the music. Sam Fender, Elton John, and Talk to You coming up next.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
We're having a lot of fun in the studio with the one and only John El Khawaga.
Yeah, buddy.
What's going on, man?
Hey, John Jeffcoat,
Doing well.
actor, singer, and content creator.
Well, that's a lot of things.
All in one. And officially Khawaga.
Officially Khawaga بقلب مصري with an Egyptian heart.
Oh,
Okay.
look at that. Did
All
you
right.
hear that?
See?
Nice.
I told you he was more Egyptian than you.
So what moment actually made you say, Khalas, I'm a Khawaga, I'm Egyptian, I'm very Egyptianified now?
So people like on social media, they always message me like, okay, you're أنت مش Khawaga, أنت مصري. You're not Khawaga, you're Egyptian. But I'd have to say, I went to Memphis a few months ago. It's a touristy site close to Cairo.
Yes.
Where there's a big statue. And the lady at the ticket booth, the ticket office, I went up, was like, said hello in Egyptian Arabic.
Egyptian.
Hey, how are you? And she's like, okay, there's a lot of people behind you. Lazim ningas. We have to get, you know, over
Yalla.
with and done with this. So she gives me my ticket. I pay for it. And then when I'm going in, I look at it and it says Egyptian on it. I was like, what in the world?
Okay,
Like, it didn't-
so you didn't pass as a tourist.
She assumed I was Egyptian, which,
Okay.
like, with my face is hard to believe. But I guess my Arabic, you know, she assumed that someone that looks like me, but even that speaks Arabic is Egyptian. Which for me was like, yes! I even recorded a video about it. I was like, what?
Dude, look over to your right, man. Our social media manager right there, man.
What's
He
up,
looks-
guys?
He kind of looks like you a little bit, like, you know? Yeah,
Akhoya.
yeah.
But we could be brothers.
Exactly. So Egyptians come in all different shapes and colors.
and sizes,
Yes,
yeah.
of course.
They tell me to say I'm from Mansoura because the French were there for a little bit, so...
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
so
Mixed a
you-
little bit with the
because you
local
look a little bit
population.
fair and...
Yes, apparently there are people in Mansoura that look like that because the
Quite
French
fair.
way back in the day spent
Yes.
some time there.
So you actually, you said you speak Egyptian Arabic. Obviously, you started learning Fusha and you eventually kind of moved on to Egyptian Arabic because that's what your tutor advised you to do?
Suggested, yeah.
Okay, so that you can speak to everyone and
Correct.
so everyone could understand your dialect. How did you get so good at it?
Like, yeah.
Like, what did
Why-
you do?
Why did the
I
slang
mean,
come so naturally to you?
It took me years personally because I lived in the UK and I grew up there, and it took me years to kind of, you know, get
Navigate.
the dialect right. It took me, and still, honestly, I still stutter every now and then.
I mean, I still stutter also, but I took intensive one-on-one classes for like 8 months, not in a row, but like 4 months and then 4 months with a private tutor. I tried the first week to do Egyptian Fusha together.
Oh,
I
wow.
went crazy because
Yeah.
like it was like learning 2 different languages. I was like,
100%.
you know what? I love Egyptian.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forget about Fusha, and like somehow that deleted from my memory.
Okay.
And so 2 hours a day with a private tutor, and then those classes were in Gamaleya, which is a pretty
Yes.
you know, popular district of Cairo. So not a district where people speak English on a daily basis. So to go home, and back in the day, I would take the metro home. So on the way from my classes to the metro, there's several street cafes, and people would stop me in the street, notice that I was a foreigner, and invite me to sit with them. So
Okay.
Oh wow!
you know, when you're forced to speak to people,
Yes.
sometimes I would sit there and not understand anything.
Yeah.
But you know, with time, I started understanding, alhamdulillah, and yeah.
That's amazing. It takes
Speaking
a lot of courage, honestly.
Speaking
to
of
do
that,
Yeah.
specifically, what he just said, it kind of like brought up this whole Egyptian hospitality theme. And I just wanted to ask you, what was the most unforgettable act of kindness that you have experienced here in Egypt?
I mean, there is a ridiculous amount of acts of kindness, but two. If I
Okay.
can- one was a microbus, like public transportation driver, that made me sit beside him when I got on.
Okay.
And then when I got to where I was going, I was going to pay the fare. And he was like, no, you're a guest here.
You're a
Don't pay.
guest.
And I was like,
Oh, wow.
How
dude,
sweet.
you need this money. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
he told me about his family. I could tell he needed the money. I was like, dude, no, this is your it's your right to charge me.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I insist. He swore, wallahi, I'm not going to take money from
Wow.
you. So that was mind-blowing because it's something he depends on.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's his bread and butter.
Exactly. Second one, which is crazy, there's an application called Couchsurfing. Where
Couchsurfing,
Have
yeah.
you ever heard of it? Where people around the world host people for free to show travelers their country and everything.
Yeah.
So I posted a public message the first time I ever came to Egypt. And there was a guy that said, you're coming to study Arabic? Wow. I have an apartment in downtown Cairo that's empty right now. You can stay there for 2 months for free.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Never met this guy to this day. His name is
wow.
And he had a friend of
Incredible.
his meet me, take me to the apartment, show me around. I wanted to pay for electricity. Nothing. Like,
Nothing.
he didn't let me pay for anything. To this day, I don't know where you are, Ahmed. I think he was in Chile last time I checked, but thank you so much for that, because I was a student back then, so
If
that
you're-
saved me a lot of money.
Beautiful.
If you're
What
listening,
a lovely thing to do.
John is sending you the craziest, biggest shout out in the world. He's very grateful for you.
I'm
and-
from Chile.
Yeah.
He was in China and
Oh,
then moved
China.
to Chile. That was the last time I
Ah,
talked to him,
okay.
but we've never met in person, but I'm super thankful.
Wow. Incredible. Wow. The things that, people do.
I know.
And kindness.
Egyptian hospitality.
Lovely.
Alrighty then, we're going to go back to the music again. We're going to leave you with a little bit of Cardi B, Selena Gomez. Pick it up, and when we come back, more with John.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
9:43 right now, and we are still speaking to our beautiful, lovely, wonderful, amazing, talented guest that we have in the studio right now. His name is John Jeffcoat.
You think you used
El
enough?
Khawaga.
Did you use enough adjectives? Throw in a few more.
It was very Egyptian of you.
صح مش كده؟
Exactly. Dude, I wanna jump into like a whole different area of your life. You are a content creator. You're very well known in the Egyptian community as being a local Egyptian. You're one of us now. You are not El Khawaga. But what's going on with the whole acting scene? You played an American scientist in this movie. I've seen it, by the way.
Oscar.
I went
I was
to
very surprised to hear that you saw it.
Really?
The day it premiered.
The day it premiered.
Were you at the premiere?
I was.
So did you not see
I
him,
did not
Hisham?
see you.
No, I got a voice note from him as soon as the movie finished.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
I was like,
What? You were in this movie? No way.
Really?
And I was like, what? You were there?
Yeah, man, I was there. And well, I wanted to ask you, did you get to see the entire film before the premiere, or was that your first time?
I did not. That was the first time I saw anything other than the trailers and the short clips they shared.
Okay. How did the opportunity first come to you? Did you get like scouted, or was it from your social media or through an agent? Like, what was the deal there?
So it was kind of right place at right time. I had a random guy, still to this day, I don't know how he got my number, maybe through mutual connections. The day I got back from traveling, he messaged me and said, can you do a video self-tape for this role? And he sent me a short, like 30-second script,
Yeah.
which I recorded that same night with my former flatmate at 2 a.m.
Okay.
Send it in. A lot of times you get cast or self-tape that you send in, you participate in castings, never hear back. And the next day, I practiced it a lot because it was like or it was more like 1 minute monologue.
Okay.
Practiced it a lot, recorded, send it in. The next day, he's like, the director loves it. You're cast for the role.
Wow.
You start shooting in 2 days. And I was like,
That's
what?
absolutely brilliant.
Wow.
2 days as well.
And I had no idea what I was getting myself. I mean, I figured it was sci-fi because the role was, about creatures.
Yeah.
And then I got like 8 scenes that I have to memorize in 2 days. And I was super excited
course,
because,
man.
sometimes I had done a few extra roles before that. And so this time, I actually had to memorize lines,
Yes.
Yeah.
had a character, had a name, had all this kind of stuff. They had been working on the movie for 2 years before that, which I know, working on special effects and stuff. But this was super cool. It was like my first big acting role.
Dude, you were
Amazing.
memorable. I mean, out of all the foreigners that they brought for the movie to speak English for these little scenes where they have to show that, there are foreigners involved with the, special creatures, you were the most impressive on camera, to be honest.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen the film yet, but I will
You
end
are
up seeing
missing
it.
out.
I know I was actually supposed to go to the
The
premiere, but
first
I didn't go.
Egyptian sci-fi, exclusively Egyptian production of a sci-fi action movie, and it was really cool to watch because there were a lot of scenes. All the scenes that happened in Egypt, I wasn't a part of, so I'm in all the scenes in the lab where we're monitoring abroad.
Okay.
But I got to see,
Right.
the other pieces of the puzzle at the premiere.
Nice.
Very nice. So, I mean, having landed this role in the film Oscar, do you think you want to land bigger roles?
I would love that. I was just at the Guna Film Festival a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Very nice.
And then, so I'm starting to put names to the faces and starting to network a little bit in the industry. So I would love that. I would love to act in Arabic also. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
like what you want to do now? Like be an actor?
I do a bit of singing, but yeah, I mean, I learned acting here. People ask me, like, if you're American, why don't you just do it in Hollywood?
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I studied acting here. I fell in love with acting here in Egypt. So I'd love to pursue it more here before thinking about other places.
Nice.
Very, very nice.
Okay, so what was the funniest thing that happened to you on set?
Yeah, we'd
Come on.
love
Oh,
to
wow.
know.
That
We'd love to know.
facial
Like, we're all
expression.
waiting for, the little behind the scenes, like, goss, the juicy stuff.
Well, it's funny because, like, in acting workshops, they give you all this theory, and then in practice,
Yeah.
so we had, all this character building stuff we learned about, writing a personal history, everything. And then I got on set, and I had this kind of character in mind, and then I got there, and then the director was like, okay, we're going to scrap that. And then I found other people, like, I've learned the story for the first time the day we went to shoot. So, like, everything I had prepared mentally, I just like, all right, none of this is going.
Yeah,
And
you
so
put it on the shelf.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so the director's there, and he's giving you instructions, and you just kind of have to perform for what he's asking.
Yes.
It was Hisham Rashidi was super cool to work with him, and like we had a good thing going. But yeah, it was like, all right, what does he want? He was very clear in conveying what he wanted,
Yes.
not what I had prepared.
Okay.
But it ended up being super good. Have some practice and realize, all right, it doesn't always flow as you're taught.
Yeah.
But it's good to have the teaching as a foundation, and then
Of course.
in practice, like, things changed last minute. But it was really cool.
So did you feel like you had to improvise at any given moment?
Yes, like the feelings I had imagined I would be feeling as the character in one scene ended up being different from what the script writer and the director
Right.
wanted. So I had to, flip a switch, feel different things in that moment. But he was very pleased with it, so it ended up being a good experience.
Great,
Well done.
great learning experience.
Yeah,
Yep.
lovely.
Alrighty then, we're gonna go back to the music and we're gonna start the second hour pretty soon. If you guys want to get in touch and ask John anything, please do so by sending a message on our WhatsApp line. The number is 01559551042, and
We do have a message from one of our listeners.
Okay.
And her name is Ivy. Shouts out to Ivy.
Ivy, what
And
up?
she had a question going towards John. She wanted to give... wait, what did she say? Oh, okay. Wait, do you want to read that, John?
Sure.
Go ahead and do that.
she wants to
First
give
off, happy birthday, Ivy. And she's asking, what is the best rave I ever attended in Egypt?
a rave.
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 She's a raver.
She's a party
raver.
girl.
She's a party girl.
If rave includes concerts, like the first one that comes to mind off the bat is Ahmed Diab concert.
Okay.
That was like, I knew every single song he performed.
Wow.
And seeing him live.
Was
like,
that this year?
It was this year
Oh,
at the American
amazing.
University.
Very
Nice.
nice.
Packed. Everyone knew their songs, so like everyone singing at the top of their lungs, dancing, just enjoying.
Yeah.
And he sings super well live. Like, he sounds like the albums.
Oh, wow.
So it was amazing, and he's a legend. So
Yeah.
Hudaba.
Hudaba. Shouts out to Amr Diab and shouts out to Ivy, and happy birthday again. Thank you for getting in touch. Keep them coming, you guys. We're going to go back to the music, and like I said, starting the second hour soon. Stay tuned.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
7 minutes past 10 p.m. Welcome to the second hour of the evening show with myself, Nancy, and Hisham. And we have alongside of us our wonderful guest, John Jeffcoat, aka El Khawaga.
less adjectives this time.
Less is more.
Before we go on to reading or asking John more questions, I want to play this voice note, if you guys don't mind. Just give me a sec right here to pull that out.
Hi guys, how are you? This is Shahinda. I wanted to ask him what is his favorite place in Sinai? Not, and I don't mean the Red Sea. I don't mean like a city overviewing the Red Sea, like Hurghada or Guna or Sal Hashish or these places. No, I mean Sinai, like Hab and Weba Dahab and all the small cities in between. That's the first question. The second question is, of course, what's his favorite dish, Egyptian dish, like Oriental Egyptian dish? I
So
wanted to
yeah.
say thank you and bye
Ooh.
at the end, but I was about to make an accident, so.
Oh, no, an accident.
Don't die. We need you alive.
Please, yes.
I told her
Drive
to
safe, please.
drive safe. That was Shahinda. She got in touch while she was driving, and hopefully she's still safe and listening. Please text us and let us know.
When
But yeah, man.
you've stopped, please.
Yes,
Shahinda.
correct.
So tell us,
All right.
Sinai.
Favorite place in Sinai. First off, I have to say Sinai has special energy, and I know this. A lot
Yes.
of people say this, but I agree.
Magical.
Absolutely.
I was in Dahab earlier this year, and I just felt at peace. I don't know why. Like maybe the mountains by the beach, chill. I loved it. The first time I came to Egypt, probably one of the craziest or most magical experiences I've had. Jebel Musa.
Of course.
Hiked up at night and then
Whoa.
watched the sunrise.
Amazing.
And that's where, they say Moses received the Ten Commandments. So it's like
Yes.
historically and spiritually, it has a lot of significance. And just watching the sunrise there, all the tourists left immediately after the sun came up. And I stayed for like 15 minutes and just had the place all to myself. And then I had to run down to catch up. But those 15
Yeah.
minutes where it was just me and the view was incredible. So that, and then favorite food, my go-to is mulukhaya.
Yes,
time.
nothing beats
I
mulukhaya.
love it, and I could eat it every day, and I
Dude.
never get tired of it.
Mulukhaya
I-
with frech or arenib or meat.
Ooh, frech is what I usually like.
Yeah.
Nus farcha or mulukhaya.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
And
You've never
also,
tried it with,
I haven't tried it with arenib. No,
you know?
Neither
I'm
have
not.
I, to be honest.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
really intend to.
Okay, you are both equally less Egyptian than myself.
Okay.
From
but-
Egypt, not Muslim.
But
Yes.
another thing I love that I've only had once is simen mahshi freak.
Semen
Yes.
mahshi freak.
Yes.
Amazing.
Wow.
Dude, you're a foodie. I love it. We're going to go back to the music and we'll ask you some more questions related to your social media content, of course. But in the meantime, we got Mariah Carey,
Ooh.
Anderson .Paak. Play this song.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
Charlie Puth and Changes here on the evening show, 18 minutes past 10 p.m. and we're still chatting away with John. Hey, John.
What's up?
What's up, my dude? Now, talking of changes, okay, you are a lot of ethnicities in one, aren't you? Like, you're part Venezuelan, you're part American,
Correct.
from South Carolina.
South Carolina, small town.
South Carolina.
Country boy.
Yeah, and we were just talking about the amazing food that your aunt used to make for you as a
Yes.
child, and you also count as Egyptian now.
Yep. And I have to mention, my grandma was Colombian and my granddad was Hungarian. So big
Oh
mix.
wow!
But yes, big part of my heart is Egyptian.
Very nice.
Incredibly multicultural.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
No drop of Egyptian blood in my veins as far as I know, though. That's so disappointing.
Dude, I think Egyptian DNA is very versatile. We had so many different countries come through here, like so many empires.
Yes.
Ramses II
Yeah.
apparently had over 100 kids. So maybe like at some point, like way back then, I have some.
Egyptian.
I have to do the
roots.
DNA
So
test.
you never know. You might have a little bit of Egyptian in you. You don't know.
So talking about all these different cultures, what part of the Egyptian culture felt surprisingly easy for you to adapt to?
Egyptians are very warm people, outgoing, and khifat them, like the lightheartedness and the love to joke. The Venezuelan part of me is very accustomed to that. Like a stereotype of Venezuelans is that even in the darkest of times, they can make a joke out of something. So I found that is very common here in Egypt. Egyptians are very famous in the Arab world for their, lightheartedness,
humor.
playing jokes, and laughing at anything, and that felt, kind of comforting and similar to home for me. So
Close to home.
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
man. You just met Ihab Saleh outside, like El Bub.
Yeah, I think you guys
Habibi.
got on really well, didn't you?
I love it.
All right. Okay, I got another question for you right here. This one. Okay, Egyptians have a lot of witty sayings. We have a lot of adages and amsal sha'biyya.
Yes.
Like old sayings. How many do you actually know? Do you know like quite a few?
And do you use them in your like daily dialogue, maybe?
And can we have a little bit of a quiz between you and Nancy?
Oh, no.
To have a challenge.
I'm
and see,
so bad at this.
I have a feeling that she's gonna win, but we can try.
Yeah. I think
You know,
you-
Hishem's putting me on the spot here.
Dude, the hardest things for me are MSL, like proverbs and sayings, and effihet.
Okay,
jokes.
okay,
Those are
okay.
the two hardest things, but we can try.
Okay.
I'm with you.
We'll try. We'll try.
Gosh.
All right. Okay, so the first round, we can do this right now. The first round is basically, I'm going to give you guys a proverb right now, and I'm going to ask you to explain the meaning of it. You will each explain the meaning, and we
Okay.
will see which one has the closer explanation.
Lord
All right.
have mercy.
All right.
Indeed.
اللي اختشوا ماتوا.
Oh, I know this one.
Uh-oh.
Wait, you could go first. Me being my
اختشوا.
nice, kind self.
اللي اختشوا
اللي اختشوا ماتوا.
ماتوا. اختشوا is
No.
another way of saying اتكسفوا.
You can't be shy in life. You gotta, be bold and no.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
اللي اختشوا ماتوا is something along the lines of like,
If you snooze, you lose.
no.
Okay.
How do I
Come
say
on,
this?
Nancy,
You
say
need to
it.
stop putting me under pressure here.
You already have an advantage.
People aren't shy anymore, or they're like, how do you say it? Like they're very like in your face. They're blunt.
Shy
They
people- Shy
They
people,
don't. They don't get shy. They don't.
They no longer exist. They're not like اللي اختشوا ماتوا. Like the.
Are you asking for the literal meaning?
No. It's just they're gone. They're not like
Yeah.
like nobody.
There's no more of them. They
There's
don't
no more
exist.
of them anymore.
There are no shy people anymore. That's
Yeah,
depressing.
that's
Or
the-
that's a good sign of everyone's self-confidence is a lot higher than it used to be.
All right. Let's see.
Not really. Not in the Egyptian culture. No.
Okay, let's see if you guys can explain this one. Ibn الوز عوام.
That almost sounded like a curse word at the beginning.
Ibn الوز عوام.
Awam is like a floaty. that
Okay.
you float in.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, you're close.
Whiz, but whiz,
Whiz
but
that.
whiz. Swans.
Like they float by nature. Like.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
So the apple doesn't fall from.
Yes!
Fall from the tree.
Something like that.
It's
Yes.
very similar.
Okay,
Yeah,
what
okay.
was your
So
explanation?
who? I mean, like, literal.
Yes.
برضو? Okay. So the son of, the whiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
the son,
The whiz.
the mini whiz. Wow.
This is such a big fail.
Translation 101.
Wow.
Knows how to swim. So, yeah.
Like father, like son.
Like father, like son.
Oh, wow.
There we go. We got
After
there.
I
right?
say it.
Nice. Well, the apple doesn't fall
Far from the tree. Yeah, that was very
I
similar.
feel like that's a tie.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? Now that it's a tie, let's do a tiebreaker for this round. اللي سبق كل النبأ. اللي سبق
Oh, wow. I don't know
كل
this.
النبأ.
Seba, does it come from Sibet?
Yes,
Like
the one who gets there first.
Stop.
I don't know.
Tani,
hints.
one more time. اللي سبق
اللي سبق كل النبأ.
ate the.
I don't even know.
The winner ate the. Nabat?
Okay. No?
Dude, you're embarrassing
No?
me
I have
here
no
in public
idea,
in front
honestly.
of all.
اللي سبق كل النبأ.
Okay.
What's
Nan-
نبأ?
Okay.
I don't know. Can someone text me on WhatsApp?
All right, somebody text.
Help.
You guys help them out. Send them a little bit of a message to help them out. Blaze got in touch from What is okay? I forget. No, I know. What is it? Remember yesterday?
What?
South Africa. Yeah.
South Africa.
Yeah,
Yes.
the South
Hi,
African girl
Blaze.
from yesterday. She got in touch. She's saying hello. We're gonna go back to the music, and we're gonna come back and play some more rounds to try to find out who's more Egyptian.
All right, we go to Tyler and Water now. Keep your messages coming in 01559551042.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
The latest by Somber, 12 to 12, right here on Egypt's number one for hit music, 104.2 Nile FM. We are still talking to John El Khawaga, and we have a fantastic episode so far. I don't think we have enough time to do a second round of who is more Egyptian.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay?
Alhamdulillah, indeed.
But you guys both proved to me that you are you're equally foreign. Okay? But
I mean, yeah.
It's motivating. It's motivating to know that I still have a long way to go.
I always tell Nancy on air, I am from Masr and she is from Egypt.
Yeah.
I'm from Masr. She is from Egypt because she needs to learn a lot more Arabic. But, you know, well, that's for another episode.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Let's go back to the questions
So
here.
talking about Egyptian culture, John, what's a cultural habit that you adopted without noticing and said to yourself, oh my God, I feel like I'm totally Egyptian now?
Okay, that is easy because I even recorded a video about it. I was back in South Carolina in May, and I was going to a concert of one of my favorite country artists, and I parked the car and I'm like walking super fast toward the concert, and I quickly notice I'm the only person walking in the street, and like I turn and everyone's walking on the sidewalk, and I'm like, oh my God.
Not walking on the main road, or
Like-
walking on the main road and not on the curb.
Exactly. I'm like, I probably could have gotten pulled up, like, while I was walking.
course.
Or, like, stopped by the police or something. But thankfully, there was no police. No one was noted. And I just pulled out my phone. I was like, oh, my God, I have to record this. I was like, guys, am I Egyptian enough yet? Look at all these, I'm American too, but like,
Yeah.
look at all these other Americans walking on the sidewalk, and I'm here in the middle of the street, which was
Wow.
hilarious because it's subconscious. And then I noticed, I was like, why am I the only person here? Oh my God.
Yeah.
They don't do this here.
I'm in a different country. Okay, so you're always on your social media platforms. You're always filming with locals. You're always filming with fishermen, farmers, drivers, bazaar sellers, whatever the case may be. My question is, what is the biggest, somebody who left the biggest impression on you, and why?
That is a great question. Everyone leaves an impression, especially Egyptians that come from very humble backgrounds, but their generosity always leaves an impression on me. Is how can you have so little and still be so generous? One impression, I was actually the first video I posted. It was I got in a car, ordered an Uber driver, hadn't checked the picture or anything, and it turned out to be a female driver. I've
Okay.
actually had several. This was my first female Uber driver. She wore a niqab, and she was very friendly. I got in, and I was like, can I speak to a lady wearing a niqab, a female Uber driver? Would she be comfortable? And she ended up being super nice, and we talked about her life and her experience driving. And since then, I've spoken to the different female Uber drivers I've had in Venezuela. I think in the U.S. it's a bit more common. In Venezuela, where I've lived right before coming here, I've never met a female taxi driver in the
Okay.
capital city.
All right.
Because there's like kind of danger associated around female giving random male passengers a ride that
Right.
they don't know.
Yeah.
But it was super encouraging to see that these women are brave enough. They have economic circumstances that have led them to take this job to support their families. But I really admired them, and they said, the more we are, the more we change the mentality, and I hope to see more other female drivers along with me. And I was like, God, bless you, and I was really in awe of her. Yeah.
Breaking a stereotype there.
Wonderful.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Just to wrap things up, we had an amazing time with you here on the show, but I think we have one more final question.
One final question.
I'm going to let
Drum roll.
Nancy
Yes.
ask that
Are you
for
ready? Are you ready for this?
Let's go.
Okay. So since you've mastered the Egyptian slang.
We just saw. I have not.
You have. You totally have, because your Egyptian Arabic is great. I think, like, maybe even better than mine.
It's very impressive.
Okay.
If you have a
incredible.
conversation with her in Arabic, you will be shocked.
No, because when I speak in Egyptian, I tend to infuse my English words into the sentence. So it's not a complete Egyptian kind of dialogue.
Okay.
It's mixed. It's mix and match. It's mishmash. You
To
know?
Egypt.
To Egypt,
No.
exactly.
But you have an excuse because you were raised abroad.
Thank you. So, what is your favorite Egyptian phrase that you feel maybe doesn't translate well into English, or maybe just your favorite in general?
I love. Okay, the three that I love, just off the bat. Ya lahwe.
Okay.
Ya nahar iswed. Ya nahar iswed.
Okay.
And then يخرب بيتك. And when you
my
add
God.
relatives after it, it's even nicer. يخرب بيتك.
So all three. Well, they're all three. They all have the same theme, but
Yes.
you know they have a different effect.
Yeah.
I think Egyptians are very
different weight.
passionate. So
Yeah,
like
they
all
have
these
different weight.
expressions that are very
Totally.
colorful, I love them.
Wow. Again, man, I cannot tell you how happy I was, and I'm pretty sure Nancy was as well.
Yeah,
for
it's
having
been
you.
a great conversation as well.
Love
Thank you
being
so
here with you
much.
guys.
We'd love to have you again in the future. Please, do you have one final word of advice to anybody who is on social media who wants to make it out there?
Guys, this has been, learn, fake it till you make it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
So
100%.
I just tried, my roommate in college was like, dude, instead of posting so many stories, post reels, they stick around longer.
Okay.
And one went viral and the rest is history. So, and I
Excellent.
didn't take professional courses, just been trial and error. So
Okay.
you got to give it a shot. Don't be discouraged if the first few videos don't go viral. You just keep posting until one does, and good luck.
So consistency.
Consistency, yeah.
Very nice.
Alrighty then, back to the music we
Perseverance.
Perseverance
Yes.
as well. Nice. Maybe some discipline in there. Just throw it
I'm
in
still
there.
developing that.
Thank you so much for joining us, John. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, bro.
And we hope to see you again in the future.
Thanks for having me.
Inshallah.
Basat El Khawaga.
Hey.
All right.
Thank you so much. Same
Thanks,
to you.
guys.
Okay, we got a little bit of Maroon 5 and Lil Wayne coming your way. Love is like.
Nile FM.